Yo, you ever wanted to create a dialogue system in Roblox Studio but didn't know how or there wasn't a right tutorial? Don't worry, in this video I'll be showing you how to create a dialogue system for quests and objectives in your Roblox game. Stick around to the end because I add a bonus feature that makes your dialogue system way more advanced. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enjoy the video. Alright, what's good guys? So for the first part of what we're going to do, we're going to create the currency system or the objective that we have to do in order to complete the dialogue. So for the purpose of this video, I already created a leader stat system. This is not savable, by the way. So that's why it's just for the purpose of the video. It doesn't save. It's just for this video. So obviously you do the player.added function and then you put the parameter as a player. We generated a leader stat and we called it leader stat. And we put this folder inside of the actual player. And for the purpose of this video, we're going to make it orbs. That's what we're going to call it. You don't have to put this for now. This is just here. But make sure everything here and here is there. Now let's move on to the UI. I've already made the UI, but I'll run it through you guys real quick. So I'll make these visible. Just give me a second. There we go. So these two are frames just for like decoration, just to make it look good. And then I added a UI corner to add the rough edges over here. These are buttons, okay? They're not like this. These are buttons. So you have to click that plus button and then you go to text button. Name one of them accept and the other decline. They just have UI corners in them, nothing much for now. And then I added a text label right in the middle. So you're gonna have to do add right here and then come here and text label. So for this text label, we're gonna call this simply just text, just for everything simplicity. So yeah, so the thing is, we are going to go to a player or a dummy who's going to give us a quest, and then this UI should pop up. We're going to make the accept and decline buttons invisible for now because we only want it to pop up if the person has not already completed that quest. Because if they already done it, there's no point of giving them an option to accept or decline because they already did it. So yeah, that's going to be the next part. Alright, so the second part that we're going to do is we are going to actually do the quest or the dialogue system. So we're going to make some room here. We're going to go to avatar, rig builder, and then we're going to do a block avatar right here. So this is basically our quest dummy, right? So just name it quest, just like so. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add a proximity prompt in this. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a part, just like so. Oops. I'm going to just only select the part. Move it right here. Rotate it. And just adjust it. This is where the proximity will show up. So the person can click a key code like E. And then the quest should come. So we're going to make this called proximity, and then in here transparency, we're going to make it 1 so it's invisible. Make sure it's anchored and check that anchored, and the can collide is false so that the person can actually go towards the dummy and not get blocked by the wall. So the most important part, you can add a proximity prompt. So it's that button, that E button, or that you see in so many Roblox games. We're gonna make the duration, the whole duration, 0.5. You can make it whatever you want. I'm just doing that. Okay, this is not gonna do anything. I'm just seeing it if everything works nice and smoothly. Yeah, it looks good. So what we're gonna do next is we are going to create a remote event. So I made a folder called remote events. And then ignore these are for other things that I was doing. So go to remotes, add a remote event. I'm gonna call this quests/objective. Okay, we're gonna call it quest/objective. All right, and then in here we're going to add a script, a local script, and then we're gonna call this or request. Make sure to take away the print hello world. We're gonna go to the actual dummy itself. Actually, this one right here, the proximity. Almost forgot. Right here. And then we're gonna add a script. We're gonna call this proximity or prompt. Okay. We're going to see if this event was triggered. And then first, let's call the remote event. So local remote is equal to game.replicated storage. Our remote events. Wait for child. We called it quest/objective. Dot on server event. No. We're just recalling it, so we don't need to do that. This is where we're gonna actually run it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say script.parent, because the parent is the proximity prompt, the thing that you click E. The thing is called triggered. That's how you know if the prompt was activated by a person. So you do connect function, and then you do player. Okay, and then right after we do that, we're gonna set a few guidelines here. We're gonna say if player dot leader stats dot orbs dot value is greater than or equal to 3, then remote fire client player completed. So that means the player has already completed the quest or the thing. So we're gonna do fire client player completed. But if it's else, that means if it's not that, then fire client remote. We're gonna fire to the client and we're gonna say incomplete. So this is gonna check if it's been completed, and this checks if it's incomplete. What we call these is that we call these arguments. We're gonna use these arguments in order to communicate with the client when it gets there. So if it's completed, we'll just maybe write a message like you've already done this quest, right? So the person doesn't have to do it anymore. But if it's not, we're gonna be like you still have the quest to do. So remember that local script that we made? I'm gonna go back to it, and then we're gonna recall the remote event. So we're gonna say game.replicated storage, our remote events, wait for child, quest/objective dot on client event. This one's different. :connect function. Then we're going to unlike if we were supposed to do a client to server, we're not supposed to put the player here, because you can just say local player is equal to game.players. Players local player. So you don't need to, and it knows it's only firing in the client, so one person. So you don't need to do what you would need to do for a client to server communication, right? The only thing that we need to do though is see our argument that we got over here. The argument, which is if it's completed or if it's incomplete. So we're gonna say if argument is equal to completed, then basically this is just comments. I'm just gonna be saying make UI visible, like the accept and decline UI. Else, that means it's not completed, right? Or we could just say else if argument is equal to incomplete, then same thing, same logic. Yeah, if it's incomplete, then do something else. Then make UI invisible actually here. make UI visible. Okay, UI is visible here. All right. So in order for us to test this out, we're gonna have to actually make the player's UI visible and invisible. And then we're also going to edit the text on the person's text label right here. Because if it's completed, we're gonna say, hey man, you already completed this quest. But if it's not, we're gonna tell the player, hey man, can you get these things for me? The orbs, the 3 orbs. Right? Okay, so we're gonna have to refer to a lot of things here. The first thing we're gonna have to refer to is the UI itself. Let's make it visible, to be honest, in the beginning. So we're gonna say local game quest UI is equal to player dot player GUI dot game quest. You can see wait for child game quest. Doesn't really matter. So if it's completed, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna make it visible. Dot visible is equal to true. We're gonna make it visible still. It's still gonna be visible. It's just that the accept and decline is still gonna be. No, it doesn't even have the invisible. It has enabled. Yeah, it doesn't have the invisible feature. Let me change that. That enabled is equal to true. Okay, there we go. Perfect. We're gonna put these for both because it's gonna be visible regardless. But if it's incomplete, we're gonna make the accept and decline pop up. So we're gonna have to refer to both. Local accept button is equal to game quest accept button, and then local decline button is equal to game quest UI. No, it's not. It's the inside frame. It's inside the inside frame. So this is what we're gonna do. It's dot inside frame. Wait for child. Accept. And then this one is different. Wait for child decline. There we go. So and then we're gonna make the accept button dot visible is equal to true. And the decline button dot visible is equal to true as well. True as well. Now we're gonna also refer back to the text. Local text is equal to game quest UI dot text. No, that inside frame. Wait for child text. Okay, so if it's incomplete, I'll say test dot text, because that's the actual text of the text, is equal to can you find me 3 orbs for a reward? Something like that. Can you find me 3 orbs for a reward? Okay. And then for this one, it's gonna be you've already completed this quest. And then we're gonna make the decline button still visible, because he didn't do anything yet, right? Okay. You already did it, right? Okay, everything looks like it makes sense. Let's go ahead and test this out. Okay, we have our quest over here. Behold the pop-up, and it says, can you find me 3 orbs for a reward? Now obviously we never coded these, right? So we can't do anything about it. Alright, so there's nothing we can do. So let's stop this for now. Stop it for now. Go back into these, and then we're gonna add a local script in here and a local script in here as well. We're gonna call these we're gonna call this accept, and decline. For the purpose of this video, they're all basically just gonna do the same thing. What you can do is, and in a more advanced video, you can create a leader stat that's savable, right? That tracks if the person has signed up for a quest, right? So that it keeps with them even if they leave the game. But for the purpose of this video, since this is a simple tutorial, the accept and decline is basically going to do the same thing. It's just going to get the person out of the screen. I mean the UI out of the screen. All right. If you wanted to create it for a game, I suggest when the person clicks accept, you save their acceptance of that quest as a value in of itself. All right. So obviously the person wouldn't have to keep on accepting and declining the quest. Something like that. But for the purpose of the video, it's both are gonna do the same thing. Gonna make it disappear. You guys understand? Okay, so you can just go here. No, you go here, and you could basically copy the same thing that's here, right here. And then, you know what? Let me delete this for now because I'm just gonna duplicate it afterwards. Okay, logo player right there. And this is the accept and decline. I could have just did script.parent because it's the same thing, but it's whatever. This is already here. It's whatever, right? So we're gonna say accept button dot mouse button one click. Let me see if the person clicked it one time. Colon connect function. Then game quest UI enabled is equal to false, and then we're also going to make the accept and decline UIs not visible is equal to false. Accept button and decline not visible is equal to false, and then text dot yeah, we don't really need to do anything to the text right now. The text is going to change on its own. Now we're going to come here. We don't have to copy the code. We just copy right here and then paste into. But we're just going to call this decline. Okay. Okay. These are quests right here. Okay, can you find me 3 orbs for reward? Makes it disappear. Can you find me 2 orbs for reward? Disappear. Oh, this doesn't work. The decline button doesn't work. Oh, the reason why it doesn't work is because we put decline button. We put accept button. Okay, decline button. Now we'll just see a little test real quick and see if it'll work. Okay, perfect. Makes it disappear. Perfect. Alright. So we've already made the accept and decline buttons work. And now we're going to make sure that it actually works and everything comes together. For the purpose of this, we're going to give ourselves 3 orbs and see what the UI says and how it responds. We're going to play the game. We're going to give us the orbs. So right now, it says we need to collect the orbs. Let's say we click accept. Can you find me 3 orbs for reward? Accept the request. We're going to go to the server side and then give us ourselves the money. Because if we go to the client side, it won't give us any money. We're going to go here. We're going to go to our leader stats. We're going to go to the orbs. And let's just say we give ourselves 5. Because I said it has to be equal to or greater than 3. And then if you go here, it should say, yep, you've already completed this quest. And then we decline. You've already completed this quest. Then you decline. Obviously, if you join back, it's not going to do anything. It's still going to reset our orbs because we didn't make a data store. But yeah, this is basically a simple guide to create a quest or dialogue system. Now, if you guys want an more advanced video, make sure to like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments below what you want to see, because I can make the camera angles move to the side and forward, and yeah, and then go to the actual person. So we can do a lot of things with this. This is just a beginner tutorial for you guys, and now I'm going to add the bonus feature of the typewriter effect. So the text actually pops up in the typewriter effect instead of just boring stuff right here. Alright, the effect. So I've already got the script. We're gonna take this away. Just copy what I do. I already copied it. This from here on out here. This is the new stuff, so make sure you have that. Just copy it. And then we're gonna put you've already completed this quest. Exclamation mark. And then we're gonna do the same thing for here. We're gonna take away this, paste that, and then we're gonna type out this is for if it's complete. Can you collect 3 orbs for a reward? Can you collect 3 orbs for a reward? And now we're gonna go to the game and test it out. As you can see, it works like that. I'm gonna do decline. Can you collect 3 orbs for your reward? Just like that. And then if we go into the client, and let's just say we give ourselves the 3 orbs, and then we go back, into the server, we go back into the client, and then we say, it says you've already completed this quest. And then, alright, oh yeah, and it kind of got affected by this, so we need something to not affect the loop right here. Okay, as you saw, the decline button popped up after the loop was done, so we don't want that. So we're gonna do something called tax.spawn. It's basically a fancy form of just of doing a for loop that doesn't affect everything else that comes before or after. So it gives the whole script time and doesn't affect the script. So it should not affect anything now. And then let's see. Okay, can you collect 3 orbs for a reward? Decline. And then we're gonna go back here. Go to players, me, orbs, and then let's give ourselves 3. Go back into the client. Let's see. Yep, now it's over here. You've already completed this quest, and it doesn't wait for this thing to finish before. Alright, that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, put post notifications on, and I'll see you guys later.